Hello and welcome to my reading of ghost stories from the Old West. As you may know, the Wild West is full of tales of the paranormal, so turn out the lights and listen to these 3 ghost stories from the Old West. The Curse of Bodie. Do you know about the Curse of Bodie? Never steal from the town or there will be consequences. In 1859, gold was discovered at the eastern foothill of the Sierras by W.S. Bodie and 4 others. They all decided to keep it a secret until they returned, but Bodie was not intending to keep his word. But a snowstorm got to them first, and Bodie died. For a decade, the little town was quiet. But in 1876, gold was discovered and Bodie boomed, and people flocked to the town, but that was short-lived. In 1892, a massive fire struck, and the Great Depression helped along the downfall of the once successful town. Even to this day, locals believe in the curse. If you take anything, even the smallest of things, you will be doomed to bad luck. So, many people that have stolen from the town mail their stolen items back and apologize. They apologize for stealing from the cursed town. Not only is there a curse, they say, but the spirits of the deceased also roam the town. Many visitors say that a little girl wanders the town, and she is known as the Angel of Bodie. Her identity is still unknown, but some think that she may be the ghost of Evelyn Myers, a little girl who passed away at the age of 3 because a miner's pick hit her in the head and killed her. Strange sounds echo through Bodie, and some that dare to explore Bodie say that they hear the laughter of children. Another story is the tale of the spirit of the Cane House. According to legends, James Cane was one of the men that was growing very wealthy through building Bodie. Apparently, he hired a Chinese immigrant as his maid, and he had an affair with her. But the town soon started gossiping about them, so he fired her. Because of this, the maid took her own life. Some say that her ghost still dwells in the upstairs bedroom, and that her presence is suffocating. So, take what you will from this old town of Bodie, but be prepared when the curse finds you, wherever you are. La Llorona. La Llorona was once a beautiful and happy young woman. Don Muno, a wealthy man, was captivated by her beauty, but he did not want to marry her, because she was very poor. So she became his mistress instead. He was very happy with this, though. Don Muno loved her very much, and he gave her lovely jewels and clothing. She also bore his children. They were all so happy, but as things do, that came crashing down. Don Muno slowly but surely stopped visiting La Llorona and their children. So she decided to go to Don Muno's main house. She found a servant and asked if she could see her beloved, but the servant gravely told her that he was to be wedded on that day. He was to marry a wealthy woman, just as rich as he was. When she stormed home, she was possessed by anger. She grabbed her children and drowned them in the river. When she realized what she had done, she too had taken her own life. And they say that if you stray down to the river, you may hear her crying out, "Where are my children? Where are my children?" Children must be wary, because they may be taken and drowned. There are many variants of this story, and even though it was originally a Mexican tale, there has been sightings in the Old West. But in all of these stories, all can agree, if you hear her cries, for she is known as the Weeping Woman, run. The Hell Dogs of Eldorado Canyon. Dogs, they are man's best friend, right? Well, the story says otherwise. Many miners had come to Eldorado Canyon, and it was a lawless town, full of greed. It was originally home to Blapoan natives, but in 1775, Spaniards came in search of gold. The Spaniards only found silver and moved on. Later, in the 1850s, other prospectors came. The word that gold was there had gotten out, and people flocked to the area, hoping to prosper. And miners often kept dogs back in the day, both for companionship and to protect them and their property. These dogs were vicious and savage, and they would attack any stranger on their property. But many of these canines were shot, let into the wild, or even changed to the property and left to die. Ever since, people have described ghostly canine apparitions, and some even say that they were attacked. One story tells of 2 brothers who wanted to test these tales. They found an old mine shaft and a chain. Inside was a pile of bones, seemingly belonging to a large dog. They camped near the mine shaft, and the feeling of unease filled the air. Soon they heard growls and panting. There was the sound of paws pacing all around them. The chain near the shaft started to move, and the rocks were scratched and bloody. The brothers took off and drove far, far away, being followed by the dogs. And perhaps if the dogs had not suffered from cruel deaths from their owners, they may not have been such vengeful spirits. So be wary of the Old West, of the towns and the canyons, because you never know who may lurk, alive or dead.